Alright, I think it's... Oh, beautiful. Eat there and set this down. So, hi. Dogs chased a horse. 2 horses. That's okay. And what else? Oh, the structure sold. So back to square one. Trying to find a vacant sailboat that's docked to rent out. It's just I haven't had much luck finding anything that doesn't make it on a for sale page, and then by that point it's too late. Sells quick, sells real quick, like RV speeds and RV 2019 speeds. But setting up a little sewing kit in this cigar bottle test tube. These, what are these called again? Ooh, what are they called? Bobbin. These bobbin spools happen to fit perfectly. I was able to throw a thin ball. And various needles, including the crochet needle. And also, I discovered some fun. I'm probably going to pause this, but hold on. Probably a bad time. Right, okay. Oh, it's just a rock. I can't pass up a good stone. Oop, that was loud. I apologize. They're fun to stack, and I've actually used this one, you can see, quite a lot. This is every year. Anytime I process acorns, water acorns is the stone I use to crush and meat gather. But I discovered that you can spin real fast on it, and that'd be a nice thing to practice, spinning and staying balanced. A little dizzy, but yeah. So maybe that'll help, like diving or jumping off of higher places that I can find. Is Florida, flatter than I am, and so there's not a lot of climbing. Like Blowing Rocks is really good because the low tide, huge boulders, ocean boulders, so they're really rough. A lot of places to grab. So I've been trying to pile up all the craft supplies I don't need because I like finding like teachers, people that run camps and stuff like that, because that's genuinely a great spot for old craft supplies to go to. And I still have this agate slab. A science teacher wanted it for her classroom, but missed connections. When I'm here, she's closer to my parents, and then when I'm there, she's closer to out here. But I did find stamps, so I could probably ship it now. These are great to have. These are beading needles, but they're bendy, long, and the even better ones are one big eye, but I'm out of those. And I don't really know what to put on. I have this thing. This last few years, I've gotten. I was. Oh, where did they go? That's a little travel set of beads and sequins, which will be brilliant for fishing. Don't get me wrong. I was cracking up hard last night because I looked up fishing beads out of curiosity. I have all those beads because they're just like there was the Swarovski beads, which have a lot of flash. There were seed beads, and what got me to look it up is I have a weird obsession with these beads. These aren't plastic. I just assumed they were from a distance. Then I realized, wow, those are those beads. They're glass, and why do I forget the shape as soon as I go to say it out loud? But I have a ton of them, and I just really like the shape. They look handmade, and I've been bagging up all the ones I think I'll use. And I haven't ID'd these yet. They have a very oceanic texture. You know what I mean? They feel, oh, Mr. Self-Destruction! How are things? I am on that fishing tip still, and been downsizing craft supplies greatly. Just trying to keep what I know I'll use. Found a bunch of really nice gemstone beads. Various materials and cuts, shapes. And so, I can flip the camera around. But there's these, which I can never find. Oh, shoot, sorry. These discs with the coral and turquoise in them. They're bone. Oh, nice. These are like pretty much one-off ones. So, put together, they'll make a really nice, really old-feeling piece. And most of my beads are salvaged or gifted. Like my friend Kathy sent me these nice seed beads. So I'm going to keep these out because I like the colors. And I think it'll go well with the fishing line that I salvaged. Bam. And I already have the, and it doesn't take up much room, they're already in the envelope. And I have the crochet hook with me so I could try to get some crafting done. So, been catching a lot actually. So what we're known for is just about everything, I'll be real. A little spoiled in these parts. I call this the menu. But, mahi-mahi, beautiful fish. Snook, tarpon. But I caught the other day, where is she? I think she's on here. Yeah, got a little schoolmaster, 3.5 chef hats. It's nutty and a little sweet, and I don't think the others are on here because they're unregulated. So these are the ones that are most talked about, most prized, if you will. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be eating any hogfish because I won't be catching any. They're too beautiful. I love to swim with them so much. And as a hogfish, it reminds me of blue. I know why they're called hogfish. They have the aura of a pig. And I love them so. But really glorious fish down there. And the other ones that caught to eat, I'm trying to see if it's on here, was, oh, it is! Ladyfish! one chef hat. Y'all, it's good. Wow, my in Washington, that's so cool. That's the one thing I've been looking for. So Mr. Self-Destruction, this is definitely the biggest cache yet. And I made myself a fish brain. It's like a social media for fish. And cobia is what I really, really want. It's just such clean, fatty, like, well, I don't know fatty, but it's very filling. And like the whole thing is delicious. And so the ladyfish with one chef hat, caught it off Lake Worth Pier, and it kept feeling like it was letting go. And every 2 seconds I was like, oh man, I lost it. But it didn't. And it was like quite nice size. Definitely the biggest so far. Everything's been quite dinky, but legal. The schoolmaster is very small, and the other stuff has just been tiny, but delicious. The ladyfish, however, tons of bones. Everyone was like, it's not good eating, or throw it back, or screw that, or a few people well, one or two people were like wanting it, and I'll try anything once, especially food. And it was delicious. Mushy meat. It was. And doesn't no smell. It didn't smell like anything. If anything, it smelled like water. It was wild how it didn't smell like a single thing, honestly. And even my dad was quite shocked by it because he's caught a bunch but never kept any of them. And you do is use a spoon, and you don't fillet it like regular. You just like cut the fillets off and leave it on the skin and spoon it off, and it makes the most perfect fish paste. From there, you can make like fish dumplings or like meatballs. I did fritters, fried fritters, just breadcrumbs, eggs, and some seasoning mix, salt and pepper. Delicious. They were so. It was so good, and within an hour of it being hooked on Lake Worth Pier, it was right down the street in fritter form. It was really good too. And the other ones, Code Lock actually caught Blue Stripes Grunt, and that was good. I just filleted it regular. And the next day, I caught the Schoolmaster, delicious, small, delicious, and a white margate? No, a yellowfin mojara, and then Kobach caught a white margate. That same day, I caught a scorpion fish also, which my phone doesn't work when I need it to, so I didn't know, like, if it was venomous and, like, if it probably was, like, how much so. But thankfully, I did have hemostats with me, which, it's like a thorny toad. Really pretty. And I've seen them down there, because it's the fishing pier is right over the dive spot. So exactly where I've been swimming and getting most of the footage that I've been posting, that's where fishing. And the first time I did get caught by fishing line, but you know, we gotta coexist. And it's pretty intense because the divers are essentially at war with the fishermen. Fishermen are relatively oblivious. And, it's just wild. I think the war should be on the people that come with their little vacuum machines to suck up fish for fish tanks. Because fishermen are going for the predaceous fish. They're not going for the coral farmers and filter feeders and like the really important things. That's what the people who are getting it for aquariums are coming for. And they're coming for the things that people love to visit. And yeah. And they come when it's a rotten tide, so not a lot of divers. And I want to make flyers because I feel like it's so much wasted energy going out after the fishermen when the fishing pier has been there way longer. Just saying. And it's coming from a dive. I consider myself a diver. It's my favorite place to swim and exist and everything. And breathe air and forget to drink water. And but I swim and when I get tired, I do some fishing. When the tide isn't like favorable, aka infuriating, because there's a lot of structure and it's hard to keep by the structure. And I'm always like 5 feet off, and I don't want to talk about that part, but my casting needs some work, but it always did. And it's not like the cheap pull, excellent. I think I got a pull that's too strong, and I didn't think about that because I just wanted something that I could use for any situation. But I didn't think about I just didn't think about some things, and I'm always learning. So yeah. Catfish, nice. I caught one at there's a farm down the street. And it wouldn't need anything. I'm sure there's like a law against keeping anything anyway. It's like a canal that runs through the farm. And I almost hooked a gar, and I'll be real, I didn't want to. The thing was huge. And it was just so interesting watching. It was like a platypus. That's what I was like my first initial irrational thought. That lasts like a millisecond, but really neat to watch. But I as soon as I seen it, because I was just messing around, so, and it's like only a few feet deep, so I was just like, I was like, ew. 'Cause I was fishing with the pond, catching those little breams. I think it's a type of bluegill or panfish, and but kept hooking turtles, and yeah, I could get it out, and you know, most pleasurable experience possible given all circumstances, but I just don't like that experience. So after the second one, which that day, I was like, okay, I'm going to find a puddle. And so I decided to try the farm canal thing. And that's the first bit of freshwater fishing I think I've really ever done. And yeah, I was catching all kinds of weird stuff. The most notable one though was the catfish, and I already forgot what it was called. It's like bull something. No, but in the intercoastal, in the brackish water, there's the boat slips, and there's always feeding frenzies of catfish there. And it says no fishing on the boat ramps. Sometimes you'll see someone like just with a free line. I don't know if it's called free line actually. Just fishing line in their hand and a hook in the water, and tons of them. Because when people come back, they throw their filleted fish, and there's a fish cleaning thing right there. I don't know if I've actually posted the video, but I got a bunch of really nice videos of the catfish frenzies. We have one called a gaff topsail. It's one word, but it's like gaff topsail, and it has a venomous spike. Oh, I think it has venomous spikes, plural. And haven't run into that one yet, I don't think. Because the catfish in the intercoastal, they look like baby sharks from afar. Hello, Yesenia Ortiz. Yeah. Girl was a monster. And, it's such a small, like, little, like, motionless water thing. Tons of water hyacinth and, lily pads and stuff like that. It's really cool. Can't imagine how much fertilizer's in the water, though. Because catfish, I love catfish. My mom doesn't like catfish for some reason. My dad loves it, too. And I always wanted to fry... I got the weights for blue crab, and I've been trying to plan a few spots for that because I need like grassy mangroves as far as I can understand thus far. And why did I pull it all up there? I put a documentary on the history of Florida for my mom. Before that, she hasn't seen a lot of the Red Bull stunts, like the jump from space, the flying through volcano, jumping on the arch, any of those. So okay, so scorpion fish is very it looked toxic. I think I made a, you know, as soon as it comes out of the water, it's like, and then I got it. They go out a bucket of water, so I was able to like set it down while because usually I just try to get it right back in the water. That's why I don't get a lot of pictures, and unless I'm keeping it for various purposes. And oh yeah, the white market and the yellowfin mojara tasted pretty dang similar, pretty much the same. I wouldn't have been able to guess which was which, and but yeah, the cleanest fish will be the smallest. I was just watching something not too long ago too about like the ancients or not the ancients. I think it's just about Greeks. But no, people who live around the Mediterranean and live for a very long time, their diet consists of small fish and a lot of fish. And I guess I wouldn't have give a second thought to that, but specifically small fish, which I do want to learn. Which also of the bait fish are edible, because canning that I think would be very wise because that's nutrient dense to the extreme, and or pickled rather, which I've had pickled fish and I really like it. It just has to be like really fresh or like really good. I've also had like the random jars at Publix, but that's like a plug. I have to plug my nose a little bit, just for those nutrients, because that's the whole reason why I snap back so hard. Because my dad's a fisherman, however, his back is just I think beyond the point of return, and he needs spinal surgery, but it's America, so it was denied by insurance, but that's where I decided that I already really wanted to get into fishing during the spamdemic or whatever. Did a lot of crafting and that kind of thing, but it stopped being lucrative to make more than just like the stuff that I make for myself and my mom and like people I know. I haven't bought a gift in a long time. Oh, I still have this one. It's a hook and I was putting shells on it. A real hook, because I have a bunch of stainless hooks that I can't use. But the barbs were really easy to grind down. I think it's sweet. You could put charms on it. So also it would be sweet for earrings. But the fishing here is great. I mean, as I see it, I'm already there, and trying to just stay there, I guess. Like, I don't even want to be inland ever again. Maybe during storm season. But I've been trying to find docked sailboats to rent. There's a bunch of abandoned ones in Lake Worth. I've been trying to figure out how you, like, claim one. And some of my earliest, fondest memories, because my grandparents lived right on the intercoastal, and which sounds really nice until you learn that Lake Worth pumps raw sewage into the water, so you can't touch it. But every now and then the tide used to be low enough that we used to be able to walk out and into truly abandoned houseboats. Like the floors are missing at this point, and anything of value has been stripped, so it's just like an empty space. And it's quite nice. I still have I wonder what that is. I still have this little. Who is that? Oh, it's probably a good time to show these. These are for my grandpa's tackle. The nitty jig, or the nifty jig. Tiny little, the tiny tear. Whoa, hello from the Mediterranean. That is the next ocean. I like, in order, because I'm biased: Atlantic, Mediterranean, Pacific. Mediterranean is like such a dream. Everything looks delicious. The color and history, like genuine treasures under that water, and constantly coming up. really, really a treat. And North Sea would be sweet to experience. This based off, like, it's one of my favorite video compilations. It's just like ships, rough sea, North Sea, ships, North Sea, waves. The sounds. There's I mean, I can't find the original like posters of a lot of them, but there's a sleep channel that has like 10 hours of rough seas, and it's not like just sounds. It's an actual video, 10-hour video of just a cargo ship going through rough seas. It's incredible. Oh, Yellowbeard James Gibson. Oh, let me see. I got all kinds of messed up yesterday. Ordered some things, but I ordered it on my computer, and it was still attached to not my card, and I got that all reworked. But I haven't used this computer in years to do much of anything, really. Besides obsess over weather maps. The NOAA app is like $10 a month, but the desktop version is absolutely free. And they sign out of this, I think. And today I had the treat of the dogs. I was outside with them and trying to expel some energy, because they're just like balls of energy, especially church. But somehow they got out of the gate and was running around horses. And the lady says she doesn't mind because the horses need as much like real world practice as possible because she does classes. Yikes. And I'm drinking a Monster, but I didn't need any coffee this morning. That sufficed. Oh my god, yes. Why did I see that? But Steve Miller Band is one of my favorites, and Bee Gees, of course. Bee Gees always. Disco and Vocaloid are probably, I don't know if that's a surprising tidbit, but are my two favorite genres, but pretty much 70s and 80s, I think, are, I know Vocaloid doesn't really fit in that, but it's just on my mind. Discovered, because I don't really know much about the Vocaloids I listen to, and discovered today that Yummy, why does it sound weird when I say it? Yummy, is from Georgia. Yeah, Atlanta. Thought that was really sweet. She, Vocaloids are computer, voiced, vocalists. They're computer softwares. Because you could download the voices, like anyone can make a, I don't want to butcher names here, and some things I pretty much enjoy just myself, so I don't know what half this stuff is pronounced as. But Yami is really good, and Y YAMEII, and like Pinocchio P. It's like I don't know, really good music, and product of the time. And that's another thing, saltwater canals. I really want to find more of those because it seems like that they are always bustling with big boys. But I can't stop listening to the documentary. I also haven't seen any news, so if there is anything happening in the world, I did kind of see that the yacht, everyone was found. So rest in paradise. Really horrific. So I've been a little bit waiting for that. Seeing what exactly happens, because now I feel extra bad, because I feel like now like it's like the answer phase, which everyone has to relive that, because it, like, everyone's saying, like, not everyone, I don't know. So the crew, like, how did they make it into the water? I feel like it's a sailboat, so I feel like it makes sense that the crew would be as close to the deck as possible, because all the rigging and the sailboat that size, that's intense. Like, could you even manually lift some of that stuff? And only like 10 people or 12 people? That's intense. How did I discover pinback? Pinback, actually, in middle school, I had a goldfish that ate the cleaner fish, and it split at the seams. And quite literally, it was one of the feeder fish, or the cleaner fish. It was from the fair, and well, the goldfish was, but one of the cleaner fish was still alive, and the theory is that it swam its way to freedom. And what a sight for middle school. But like a year or two later, was talking about it, and Radix Verum, actually, shout out to 90% of my music taste that I still rely on. She showed me Pinback, and they became solidified as a huge favorite of mine. And only got to see them once, and I don't know if they'll do much touring. I hope they do, but really, really good. And I never meet anybody who knows who they are. And when I do try to like turn people onto them, like I don't know. I really love them though. And they no genre is off limits, honestly. That's why music recommendations, Yellowbeard especially, thank you, because sometimes I run into it at the perfect moment. But yeah, I finally, because I was watching all the music documentaries last night, so I put on some of the like compilations that, cause she hasn't seen any new footage either, like for like even surfing videos, alright? Nobody, my mom grew up with surfing, as she's born and raised Lake Worth too. So, and I could break out old pictures of her. It's a treat. And anyway, long story short, what was he saying? Surfing videos. Surfing footage is just like insane these days because of drones being able to surf larger waves and like getting farther out there. Just like anyway, her mind was blown, and it has like fantastic music to it. But I watched I think 2 on Jimi Hendrix, Prince, Bob Marley, Amy Winehouse, Queen. They just kept coming on, and my mom wouldn't let me change it, so I ended up watching like 8 music documentaries. So I was gonna try to put on, I think it's called Wild Combination, the Arthur Russell documentary, because it's from her decade, but absolutely under the radar. So, but same era, and the did get to watch the Brian Wilson movie, which I saw it years ago, but she hasn't, and I think the Beach Boys is pretty gem-like, so she really liked that, and I thought it was a good movie, and it led me to Google. Wildly enough, the Gene character is his conservator again, and unfortunately Melinda did pass away, his wife, and as of I think 2019 or something, Brian Wilson is back in a conservatorship. Oh, I don't know if back is the proper, but anyway, in a conservatorship, and the Gene dude is the conservator. I was like, holy shit. Incomprehensible thinking. I feel like after a few years, my brain turns to mush as soon as I hit. Yeah. The song of the day. Ooh! I haven't heard this. Edwin Hop. Oh, moved my pen cup. I have to get. Okay. I have never even heard of Edwin Hawkins. Hell yes. Wow. Scorpion fish tasty. Nice. Yeah, I did not look at the edibility, surprisingly, which is really what I've been focusing on, because there is lionfish down there, and you can't spear them unless you get a permit from FWC. But I still haven't gotten a call back, so I have to call again, because I do want to get some volunteer work in with them, because that's a good forever, especially with Phil Foster. Anything I could do there, because I could stay there forever. I'm pretty set on staying there forever anyway, and yeah. I forgot what I was talking. Oh yeah, the lionfish. They look delicious, and they're really slow when they're hunting. Not so slow when they're darting around, but I haven't seen them do that yet. Maybe because I only notice them when they're hunting and they're all fanned out. I haven't looked up nets yet, because I can't imagine that would be quite difficult. And maybe that could be because there's this one corner of the seawall, and that's at least where I've seen like 2 separate occasions. One, and because I do think they're handled quite quickly, but if they're delicious, I want one. Like, it's not that easy without a boat to get offshore, and my dad's is just very slowly. It's a little 21 Sport Aqua Sport. You need 2 batteries and to get the old gas out, and seafoam, and yeah, but by the time it's up, it's gonna be like super rough out there, so probably gonna stick to the intercoastal anyway, and so I would just love to scoop one up, and I watched plenty of videos, well not plenty, but watched a lot of videos, and they just cut the barbs right off, and it seems like the worries are over at that point, and you could just play it regular. And they do, in fact, look delicious. And on top of that, you're not. They have a specific word for it. Scarring the meat, piercing the meat. There's a word I hear more often, but you're not piercing them because it's a net. And who is she? But also the restaurants. A lot of restaurants buy lionfish and other local catches. For instance, Sushi Bon in Lantana is a fantastic sushi spot. It's been there forever, and they have cobia, and if you get there in the morning, you can see them buying fish from the fishermen. It's really nice there. Good area. That's where the Bar Jack goes out to, which is, to my knowledge, and a lot of looking up back and forth, the most affordable drift boat today. $60 as opposed to 80, 89, and for 4 hours, which goes by in 2 seconds. And I've been trying to find longer because it goes by in 2 seconds, and they know really good spots, especially the ones that have been active for a long time. I know they say, like, yeah, it comes back with a pile of fish until you realize how many people are on it, but it's worth it. You get to hang out too. And it's just like $60. That's like going out, like, for any purpose. Like getting coffee, or like coffee and ice cream, or lunch, or a late dinner. But it's 4 hours in the open ocean instead. And they take care of everything. You don't even have to bring a pole or anything like that. And you can bring food, and you can bring alcohol. I forgot, there's one, like, I think it's at nighttime you can't bring alcohol. I forgot. It's something like that. But it's called Bar Jack. It's originally B-Love for a long time. So anybody from this area would know it probably as that. And yeah, really, I just really want to go out. And the paddleboard, I'm thinking about a way to situate crate, a plastic crate. So inflatable paddleboard, pretty dang sturdy. So you put a crate at the back, and like maybe the bungees just wrapping around. So it's just a square that is situated at the stern. But I'll be able to throw stuff in it really easily, and have like the waterproof backpack sitting upright, stuff like that, because then I can use that for fishing. I'm not even kidding. There are so many rock piles in the vicinity that have the same amount of life and like growths and existences, but you could spear them, you could fish them, and you could take all the shit. No, I'm just kidding. But you could fish in those, and there's a bunch of spots around Peanut Island, and kind of use that, even if just using it to mentally map areas or to explore areas a little quicker, and because I don't want to fish anywhere near dive trails, like I'm for sand perch and stuff, and like spots other than the fishing pier, because I do want to try to spear lionfish, and I probably only lionfish for now until I am like until I could 100% ID any fish I could come across, and or like 100% ID the fish in front of me, and how to tell its size underwater with a mask on. I don't know. There's stuff like that that pop into my mind that make me hesitant, and any form of hesitance in the ocean is not the best. And yeah, lionfish, nothing else like it in these parts, so very confident I would be. I mean, there are different species, but I think against this landscape, it's so I think I'll be good with that. And when they're hunting, they can't see up top, they can't see behind them, and they're really slow in that mode. So I think that would thank you for your site. Instarator. Renee. I apologize. I've never heard Swart. I really do like high energy music because it's just it's like tailored to any situation and it kind of keeps my mind active. And like a good example of things that a lot of people I know aren't very much fans of, but if like metalwork, it pairs well with Hella. The drummer is great. They're both great. Hella, Shella. One album, total Bugs Bunny bass, and it's just the high. I think the fastest I know of that isn't straight electronic. Kind of sounds like dumping a box of industrial or like car parts down a metal staircase. It's brilliant. But let me just I have to the dog church. My mom is unfortunately the weakest link right now. So the dog, I could hear him begging, and I know my mom's gonna try to open the cage and get he's like a bull. So I have the cage pointed to the TV, so I'm gonna stream, like, have him there. But I'm either gonna bring him in here or, yeah. Okay, so the bioluminescence documentary is not quite doing it for my mom. I think I was hearing things. Like I was hearing church clear as day. He does this thing and he's like for hours on end. But now he's sleeping away. I'm gonna change what is on the television, and just been putting random stuff on. So also any recommendations for television my mom likes? She really likes the 80s. Maybe I'll put a Swart I should bring him in. He's a trip. He's just, the most energy I've ever. I'm jealous, maybe. I am jealous. The amount of energy that dog has is like. If that could be bottled, I. He's, a English bulldog, tiny little stub of a pup, and, rescue, rehomed him, and total treat. Um, but he could jump like 50 feet, and like he's made my knees bend backwards. He is the most clumsy, fast, heavy. He's like. is on Netflix. A new Trailer Park Boys. She did actually like that, but it's not in the movie. Oh no. Which I couldn't find it. Let's see. Because I do want to watch The Beach Bum, but I want to watch that too. Oh, it was on Prime Video. Oh, I am hearing him. Okay, wait. For some reason, my mom's phone isn't working, and I applied cellular, I applied Wi-Fi, and it's just not working. So I am going to probably eat. I made French toast this morning for the first time ever. I was gonna make eggs and do that whole thing, and then I opened the carton and there was 2. So mixed with cinnamon, vanilla extract, and some milk. It was quite enough for French toast, which I've never made, so that was a treat. And we'll definitely make it again, honestly, because it was just toast inundated with eggs. They're for protein toast, I think. And I don't know, but I'm trying to bulk up a little bit because it's going to start falling into fall, and the water is going to follow. And yes, it gets quite chilly. I know that's laughable for those of you in a not South Florida, but I am definitely a little bit of a baby when it comes to water temperature. And yeah, I don't want to be affected by temperature as much as I am because I, quite frankly, get cold easily. It's definitely lived without an AC unit. 100%. But happy trails. Thank y'all for stopping by and joining in this random time. And smart bullets. Very nice. I put the boys on for my mom. I didn't know anything that else was on like recommended and besides again Trailer Park Boys and like the older stuff, which you gotta really sift for. There's just so much out there now, and I don't know, don't really hear about anything, and so I just kind of scroll past it, I guess, but it's a lot of scrolling, and try to avoid that at all costs, because that also takes time, precious time, and non-refundable time. And I finally got a bathing suit, found one on eBay, and the elastic's bad. Like, when you stretch it, it just goes and doesn't stretch back. It's very normal here because of the heat and humidity just dry rots just about everything. Vintage and stuff like that does not survive in attics or garages at all. But this was from Massachusetts, so I thought it might be better. But no. So back to no bathing suit. Well, back to exactly one bathing suit, which, you know, everything is made like disposable, so things just start losing stretch, or like the bathing suit that, or it just like doesn't fit. Like got one because it was on super sale. Looks like a diaper. Feels like a diaper. I don't know what it looks like really, but just really, I don't. Nothing fits. I always told myself I was going to learn how to sew, but none of my sewing machines work anyway. And I live in the land of hardly any yard sales, apparently. I was gonna go out this morning, but it's just, I give up. Like, very lucky if I make it all the way to the one street people drive down. If there's like a single sign, and my tires don't really do well on these swamp roads because they're all kind of have roots and stuff growing from underneath them. Very ripply roads and very many potholes, which is fine, paying attention, but sometimes you see a nice tree and everything in your basket is now on the ground. So anyway, happy trails. Hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you, Yellowbeard James Gibson, for stopping by. Happy Sunday indeed. And yes, absolutely. I'm gonna make some time for music listening. I need a break from TV. My mom's gonna I wish she could refund me pretty soon because I get it, but at the same time, there's nothing to do out here. There really isn't. And I don't think my mom wants to climb in a kayak to go look for bullseye snakeheads. So, and that's pretty much it. But I think I buried my phone. Her phone's not working at all. And it's probably helped us go Call of Duty because I'm feeling overly caffeinated. And don't really know what else to do. Kind of spent sifting on things for a day. And I just feel like I'm not making any headway. I'm just like putting one box from over there to over here. Slowly been consolidating, like instead of 3 little sewing boxes, I have one sewing basket. So minor progress. But I hope y'all have a beautiful day. Love y'all. Happy trails. And, yeah. I'll see y'all probably soon. Globe. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's where they usually are. Got some nice shells. I need to rehung the scallops because this is awful scallops. But, yep. Happy trails.